Happening tomorrow, people plan to gather at an Alpharetta Tesla dealership to protest Elon Musk's involvement in the Trump administration. Musk is running President Donald Trump's Department of Government Efficiency and is playing a major role in massive federal job cuts. Tomorrow's rally is one of several that have been happening at Tesla dealerships across the country. Take a look at this video from New York, Colorado, and California. Just some of the more than 50 protests at Tesla showrooms across the country. This weekend in Atlanta, a group gathered at Piedmont Park for a peaceful protest against the Trump administration. They called it the No Kings protest and demanded accountability from leadership and urged people to stand up for the Constitution. Another rally is planned for this Tuesday.